Hello everyone and welcome to my show called Allowed to Talk. And I like to talk and everyone likes to talk and you're allowed to talk about things. So that's what I'm going to do today, just talk. And I might sing at the end if I have time. And today's subject I want to talk about is narcissistic abuse. A lot of people that have never been abused by a person that's a narcissist, whether they're overt, outright nasty narcissistic people, or covert, where they're fragile and vulnerable and they sneak around and hide about it. And they pick a target person and they think they can just do what they want and say what they want, be nasty. First they love bomb you and then they gaslight you when they know all your things that you have sensitivities to, that your hurts from your past. They'll gather all that information and they'll be fake and pretend like they really care about you to get all that information. And then when they gaslight you, they attack everything that you are afraid of. But you don't know this. You didn't think there were people like that. Like I said to my one daughter, I thought everyone was like me. And she goes, oh, that's not very humble. But what I meant by that was I'm very empathetic and I am understanding and I like to listen to people and say I care and I understand. And but after you're love bombed and then gaslit by someone, you start to actually not trust anybody. And because of my childhood too, I could be easily narcissistically abused because I'm healed now 95%. But I was searching for validation for many, many years and for that nurturing that I didn't get as a child. I'm not blaming my parents or my siblings or my family of origin. I am saying that things happened and my mom rescued other people in the family and things happened a lot. And when I was 7 years old, something happened that I was pushed aside for, and I understand now, but it made me very much searching for nurturing, and I found the nurturing I thought through someone who narcissistically abused me. And the other day, just recently, about 3-4 weeks ago we were at a function that the whole area was filled with people and very crowded. And one thing I don't like is being crowded, even though I had 9 siblings and raised by a large family, my family of origin. I don't like crowds. We had a bench that we had to sit on, and the younger kids had to sit in the bench. And when 4 younger kids moved in, my mom took over with them, helping my older brother's kids to be raised, which I understand why she did that, but she pushed me aside. And the ones who weren't pushed aside don't understand that. One of his children does, and he has no contact with the family, and so far I haven't had contact with some of my siblings. The one that I would be contact with, she passed away in August of 2020, so I can't talk to her anymore, and I miss her dearly. The ones who you talk to and you tell them, I watched this video, this doctor that's a psychologist said things, well, you shouldn't watch those videos. Don't watch those videos anymore because they change my opinion and I know the truth. They just want me to conform and just believe like they believe and not have an opinion or feelings or emotions. I just have to be emotionless and do what they say and act like they want you to act. Well, I did that since I was 11 years old. But anyway, going back to, we were just at a function and my one daughter said I was acting like a 3-year-old. I agree with her. I was acting like a child, but I was acting more like a 7-year-old because I was talking fluently. And that's the year that I was abused, neglected, traumatized. At age 14, I was traumatized. And I was the scapegoat because my mother and a lot of the others decided that I was the bad person. When I ate my grandpa's heart pills, I was the bad child. When I left the store because they were 2 aisles away at age 4, I was 4 years old. I decided I'm going to try to walk home. I didn't realize the car was in the parking lot and I could have found the car. They said I ran away. I was a scapegoat for years. I will do what I'm told. I will be seen and not heard. Anyway, I shared a video on Facebook today about that again, about narcissistic abuse, and they're still oblivious to it. They've never been through it, and if you ask them anything, it's like, I don't remember saying that. If I did, I didn't mean it the way you took it. Oh, you just take things wrong. Oh, you do this wrong. Oh, you do that wrong. That's my puppy. Anyway, so narcissistic abuse is real, and people are oblivious, and their opinion is, you're just too sensitive, you're just too this, you're just too that, you just make a mountain out of a molehill, you're not to have any feelings. And then you are emotionally dysregulated for years and years of your life, and you find out what it is. It's narcissistic abuse because as a child, you were neglected, abused, and traumatized, and pushed aside, and told to be seen and not heard. You're nobody. Anyway, I did act like a child, like a 7-year-old child, about the crowds, about the people, about the rudeness, about everything. Because I was told as a child I never did anything right. I was a bad child. I got toys, I got dresses, I got fancy this and that. I had a bed that was peed up, and I was a piss cat. I had to bathe every Saturday, so for church I wouldn't smell like a piss cat. But what I didn't get was the love and emotion, and my parents were considered perfect, and I was the bad who did things wrong. And my mom shamed us to do dishes and things like that. So in a nutshell, this short video is about narcissistic abuse, and it is real. And I'm going to try and sing a song if the video will last. Sometimes it stops on me. My old camera just shuts off. So I'm going to try to sing, and if it gets cut off, I'm sorry. And I hope you're having a wonderful day, that you know there is narcissistic abuse, and you could be neglected as a child. There's nothing more important than your childhood, that your parents would look in your face and acknowledge you, and as you're growing up through all the ages until you're 18, that they would treat you kind and fair. And yes, discipline is love, but pushing a child aside because you're a rescuer of anyone, even my ex-sister-in-law, who was a cheater. She cheated on my brother all the time, and the things my other brother went through, and he had to move home when his kids were age 5, 4, 2, and 9 months old. You know, it's just unreal. And then my mom rescued that, and I was pushed aside. She had 10. I was the 10th child she had that lived, because 2 died. And she was just done. But then when the grandkids came along, you know, I love my grandkids, and I do. Like when the kids had to behave before it, when they were my kids, but their kids, my grandchildren get away with more, because that's what grandmas do. But my mom, I was 7 years old, and I was 2 years old when her first grandchild was born. So you add that up. 2 and 2 makes 4, no matter what these new math people and new this and new that, the cancelers and the woke generation believe. The truth is not going to change, and there is narcissistic abuse. And yes, I did act like a child.